Hello, everyone. We're back with Ken Dombrowski, executive life coach and master hypnotist. And today we want to do another round of success stories from clients. The number one thing we deal with in our office is going to be anxiety. We see it everywhere. Can you give us an example of when you helped someone work through their anxiety?
Well, one particular woman comes to mind earlier this year, and she's a super nice lady, mid 30s, married, couple of little kids, and her anxiety was so bad she couldn't leave the house, or had extreme, I should say, had extreme difficulty leaving the house to the point to where she, after COVID, gosh, we can talk about COVID all day long as to how bad it messed people up because it made people way too comfortable working from home. And then they didn't want to leave after that. Then the thought of leaving was terrifying. And this woman was one of those. So she was able to work from home, which I maintain was one of the worst things that could happen to you, but people do it. So when she came in, she was had so much anxiety and had so much nervousness that she was like trembling. I could see her hands shaking and her face shaking the feet at me. And like trying to soften my tone. Are you okay? You know, there's something wrong. First session, she could barely even talk to me during her first session. So I identified, took me maybe 10, 15 minutes to realize she's not calming down. There's a normal amount of nervousness you're going someplace new, something different you've never tried before. You're going to have to face some demons. So I understand people are going to be nervous to come to see me. I don't take it personally. It's normal. But it wasn't resolving. I saw it escalating. So I just immediately decided to put her into a hypnosis. Now, normally I don't do hypnosis in the first two sessions because I need to fact gather about a person so I can have all the information I need to craft, hypnosis that's specific for them. But this is one of those rare occasions where I had to move it to the front because we needed to get her into a place to where she could at least communicate with me a little bit. And she would say, I'm scared. I don't want to be here. I'm terrified. That was all I could get out of her. So I put her in a hypnosis. She was obviously reluctant because she had so much anxiety and nervousness. Second session, same thing, came in just an absolute nervous mess. So this went on for a few sessions, probably 3, 4, 5 sessions, I'm guessing. And then finally we're able to start talking. I mean, really talking on deeper level. So we moved through this and started moving through the stuff of her, her childhood, teenage years, different things that happened, different traumas, issues of her life, her marriage, and all this. Well, the anxiety then started to just go away, and it became replaced with this incredible sense of certainty. So, like we say, people like confidence. Confidence doesn't really do a whole lot of good. It's overglorified. Confidence really doesn't mean much. Certainty is like confidence is next level. So if you're just certain in your mind and in yourself and in your life, that's an overall umbrella that everything is under. Confidence, sadly, is categorical. Category by category, you're confident or unconfident. And confidence is if you're good at something, you're going to have more confidence with it. If you're not so good at something, you're going to be less confident or not confident at all. Certainty doesn't matter if you're good or bad or whatever. None of that matters. Only thing what matters with certainty is you just know you're certain that whatever you're doing, you have good intent, you're righteous in your approach, and that everything's going to work out reasonably well or better because of the positive intent that you have. So certainty is what we really want. So she skedaddled straight over confidence, that's what she thought she wanted, and then boom, she had certainty, and a completely different woman by the end of those sessions.
When you say completely different, no longer anxious leaving the house, like what exactly was the shift that you saw?
Well, that's really interesting what happens there. And I don't want to sound sexist. You know me. I'm definitely not even close to that. When we have women go through our program, very commonly they'll come in the first few sessions wearing their sweatpants, a big draping sweatshirt, sometimes even like house slippers, no makeup, wearing glasses, and hair just pulled back into just a regular ponytail. And then we start to see these changes. We start to see the sweats get exchanged for a pair of skinny jeans. We see the slippers get changed out for some nice ladies' shoes. Same thing with a shirt. Some makeup shows up. Hairstyle shows up. The glasses are no longer here. They put their contacts in for the first time in a year. We see this kind of evolve, and that's exactly what happened with this woman. She came in the usual, just completely, like she's getting ready to go to bed, in the sweatpants and the big T-shirt and the slippers. And by the end of it, she was wearing, it was in the summertime, so she was wearing the really tight little short shorts to show off her figure, tight little tank top, and a little bit of makeup, and she was one of those where the glasses went away and she got contacts. And it's really interesting to see, because that's not just someone telling you or trying to convince you that they have confidence or certainty. They're actually proving it. It showed up.
Right. It's funny too, because obviously I know who you're speaking of, and she's not someone I would have ever, just talking to her, have assumed that she had any anxiety that ran that deep, besides the fact that she outwardly told me, because she was a great communicator the entire time. It's just it also goes to show how many demons people are fighting that you know absolutely nothing about, because she was a joy to have conversations with. Some people, you can tell that they're just beat down by life when they call in and everything like that. And she never had that air about her. So I think that might have been helpful with her transition, because she seemed like she was really ready for something, and she was nice to talk to. I liked her.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a kind of this phenomenon that happens for women. And again, I'm not trying to sound sexist, so please forgive me if this does sound it. But we see this cycle pattern over and over and over again. And this is how we look at it. On a scale, the archaic scale of 1 to 10 on how someone's appearance is, how you would rate them. So women who you might consider to be like a 5 or below in attractiveness, getting older is just another part of life. So 5 is average looking or below. So when you go 5 and above, for those women who are attractive or cute, attractive or gorgeous or hot, whatever you want to characterize them, for them, getting older is tragic, because you cannot, reverse the time. It's going to happen. So at one point in their life, they might be in their 30s, might be in their 40s, might be in their 50s. We never know. They're going to look at themselves and go, "What the hell happened to me? What happened to the youthful, beauty I used to have?" And it's been fading for years, but we have this mechanism in our mind. What happens is we always have these preconceived notions of what there is. It's called an expectation. So every time you look in your mirror, especially like your bathroom mirror or your beauty mirror or vanity, whatever you do, it's the same situation every day, brushing your teeth, whatever it is you're doing, you're looking at in this very specific way, and your mind already knows what it's expecting to see. So you might look at yourself in the mirror straight on and say, "Oh, okay, looking okay today." And it's because that's been pre-programmed. And then suddenly one day, that program can't keep up anymore. It's just so outdated, and it just can't continue to show you what it used to show you. And then you go, "Holy shit, did I just age 20 years from yesterday? Where did the bags come from, the wrinkles, the blotchy skin, all this kind of stuff?" So that's where it becomes catastrophic for a woman who's attractive. There's a crystallizing moment that happens there that says, "I'm no longer young and beautiful." So that means, now what value do I have? Do I have any value? And it's not that their husbands put that on them. They're putting it on themselves. That's really the alarming part. So we want to always think about that, especially when it comes to women. This one was only in her mid-30s, but she was very beautiful. Earlier, in her 20s, got married, saw the wedding pictures. She was stunning. Husband, very handsome guy, had 2 kids, put on a little weight. That's what she couldn't deal with. So she had anxiety. A great deal of it was, what more is coming? How much worse is this going to get for me? So that once we tapped into that, was where the healing started going in a new direction.
It's interesting how many layers there are to these things because it's, yeah, you have anxiety, but it's really never just tied to one thing. It's going to be so many facets that pull together to create that one emotion that you just can't seem to get rid of, or that one symptom, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But yeah, thank you so much for sharing that
Hmm.
story. If you would like to be our next client success story, please call us and visit our website today. Thank you for watching.